Hi friends, this is Dr. Apurv Mehra.
And this is Dr. Gobind Rai Garg.
Goga bhai, the topic today is GT, Grand Test, right?
Yeah.
The first question from Goga bhai is Grand Test, yes or no? देना है कि नहीं देना?
100% yes.
How many at this stage?
If you are preparing for NEET exam, upcoming NEET exam, I will advise around one per week or
All right.
maximum 10 days.
So one per week. So it comes out to be about 4 per month
Yeah.
or minimum 2 to 3 per month. इतना तो देना ही देना है ना सर?
Yes.
Right. Advantage of giving grand test. फायदा क्या है?
So there are plenty of advantages. So first and the most important thing is normally students what they do not give GT and they go to the exam and after coming out of the exam they say that कि ये मेरे से silly mistake हो गया, ठीक है? वो silly mistakes नहीं है. Why you got these easiest of the questions wrong in the exam? The reason is जो brain है हमारा, it also require practice. Yeah? It's not like that कि you can continuously sit for 3 hours, think and answer, and the brain will keep on functioning like that only. It require practice. Yeah? So if you have not appeared for grand test, you will not get that practice. We need to tune our brain to continuously think for 3.5 hours. Yeah? That is not possible if you are not practicing that. Yeah? So that is the main purpose of grand test. That means you will continuously think for 3.5 hours, and in the exam you will not tire. Okay, number one. Number two, it will help you knowing that which topics are weak, which topics are strong. So you can work on your weaker areas and improve. Yes, analysis is required for that. And number three, the GTs, they will give you a confidence. By gradually improving score, you will get the confidence that yes, you can crack the exam.
Coming to your 3 points. Number one, tuning not only of your brain but also body.
Yes.
हमें आदत ही नहीं होती कि लगातार 3.5-4 घंटे बैठने की. And there are so many students who will go to the exam for the first time and see that they are sitting for the 4 hours at one go.
Yeah.
In fact, a student asked me personally that can I give GTs at night? I will not advise that. I will say try to give GTs at the same time where actual exam goes, because that is the first point. And the third point, which is connected, confidence is like a rehearsal. So you are doing a rehearsal. So rehearsal same time karna chahiye. If I go to the greatest pop star the world has ever seen, Michael Jackson, he would always go to the same venue exactly the same time a day prior and do everything that he will do the next day concert. So people will come to concert, but he has already done that one night before, the same thing, same time. That's the importance. And second point, everything, is dependent upon how much you devote yourself to it. Grand test देने से नहीं होने वाला. It is a process of learning. Don't take it as something which is less than your notes or question bank or your videos. It is one more mandatory way of learning. And the most important aspect of that is analysis. Means if you do something and you don't realize what are your shortcomings, you are not going to improve. So one is, Goga bhai said, you will get confidence if you improve.
Yes.
Number two, the second point, if you don't do proper analysis, you will never improve.
Definitely.
Right? So now that's my fourth question, Goga bhai.
Before going to that, I will like to add on to the things. For cracking any entrance exam, there are three pillars. Number one is the obviously theory and the concepts you know. Number two are the questions, practice of the questions. And number three, the most important is the grand test. So if you are doing the theory and you are doing the question practice also, but you are not doing GT, you are missing 1/3 of your preparation. Okay?
Right.
So that is very important. All three pillars are required to get a good rank.
All right. So when you said GT and QBank, the difference is only in the timing of it?
Not that, because questions you are practicing daily.
Right.
You have to practice daily questions. You need to practice 50 to 100 questions on a daily basis without break.
All
So
right.
you have to do that because exam is MCQ. So if you are not practicing the MCQ, you are missing a big thing.
So GT is 19 subjects and timed.
Yeah.
So it's timed and 19 subjects in a simulation like environment. That's what it is trying to give. Sir, in today's world, the maximum, because we are inching towards the exam now, closing to it. Most common asked question is, I am not improving GT. My scores are stuck. क्या मेरा game खत्म हो गया? Commonest asked question. So two things. One, how to improve your scores in GTs. Number two, if I'm getting stuck up, is there a way to break that shackle? So going to the fourth question here is how to improve scores in GT.
So this is the thing I keep on hearing almost every year since I think I started teaching around 15-20 years now. That many times what the students do, they start giving the GTs. As we advise, they start giving the GTs. In one GT or two GT, they get the lesser numbers and then they get demoralized and stop giving GTs. Please don't do that. Number one, and the most important thing you need to understand is more number of mistakes you will make in GT, lesser number of mistakes you will do in the actual exam, because whatever mistake you do, that will go into your brain. Obviously, if you check that you will not make similar mistake again. Clear? So जितना जीटी में गलत हो रहा है उतना अच्छा है, क्योंकि एग्जाम में उतना सही होने के चांस बढ़ जाए. ठीक है. सो डू नॉट गेट अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट जस्ट बाय जीटी स्कोर्स. जीटी स्कोर्स डजंट मैटर, बट मैटर्स इज योर एक्चुअल स्कोर इन द एग्जाम. अगर जीटी में नंबर कम आए हैं और आपने उस पर वर्क किया है तो एग्जाम में नंबर ज्यादा आएंगे ही आएंगे. दिस इज नंबर वन. Number two, how to improve. If you are not getting good scores or you are getting plateau, the scores are not increasing. So the basic thing how you can improve is, I advise you to make a separate copy for GTs. So what you need to do is make a separate copy of GTs. Now what you need to write in that copy? So you give a GT, and now when you are analyzing the GT, I will advise that do not spend too much time in checking the answers. So whichever questions are right, correct, no need to read the complete explanation. But whichever questions are wrong or you have just tukka maring, so those questions you see why, what is the correct answer and why that answer is correct. So just write in that copy in 2 or 3 lines very briefly that this is the fact and this is the reason. So complete GT should be written in 5 or 6 pages, not more than that.
All
Okay.
right.
So when you appear for the next GT, make a habit that you read this copy completely and then appear for the exam. So in the next GT, do the same thing. Whatever wrong things are there, write in the same copy. Again, read the same copy. That means both the GTs before giving third GT. So that means if you are giving 10th GT, this copy should have been studied 9 times already.
All right.
So whatever common topics you are making mistakes, so those mistakes will stop, and plus you will also find the reason where you are making the mistakes. So if you are constantly making a mistake from a particular topic, then study that topic from the main videos, make it strong, and the obviously score will start improving.
All right. So what sir has clear, it's basically something that's cleared in my mind also now. Number one is, if you have got something wrong or you made a guess, and that's, you should find out why that particular thing, how you could have improved, and note down in the GT book. Also, I would like to add, if you got a question correct, just look at the concept.
Yes.
And what was the exact explanation and the reason for that answer. If that matches the way you think, then it's good. If not, that also you should learn there itself. So what I understand from sir is that giving GTs is one aspect which is very important for the exam. 1/3 pillar, as he said, one pillar, as he said, one of the 3 pillars means 1/3 of your preparation. But what I understand is the GT, the register or the small copy that you're saying is acting as your analysis.
Yes.
It's individual.
Yes.
It's going to be separate for Gobind Rai, separate for Apurv.
Yes.
It cannot be same, right?
Obviously.
So now in this, you will be looking at the subjects you are weak at, where you need to work more. In that particular subject, there will be certain topics you need to work at, and then some subtopics. And sir has clearly said the entire thing that you're making, it should be a very lean book. It should not be too much, 4 to 5, 5 to 6 pages. And the important takeaway point, revise every time you appear for a GT. So sir, इसका मतलब है कि जिस दिन हम GT दे रहे हैं, तो उस दिन पहले GT के लिए ये तैयारी करके जाएं,
Yes.
फिर हम GT दें और फिर GT का एनालिसिस करें.
Yes.
तो प्रैक्टिकली वो पूरा दिन GT को समर्पित हो गया.
Almost.
So you have to understand, and this is worth it, because आप समझिए what sir said. You are studying every day. So 6 days in a week, roughly, you are studying. Every day you are doing 50 to 100 MCQs, as sir said. and then once a week at least, or maybe once in 10 days, you're writing a GT. So you are giving practically 3 to 4 days in a month. So you're giving less, that's 10 to 12% of time to 33% of your preparation. But then the whole next month, for 26 days in which you don't write a GT, that will act as a basis for you to work on something. That is what you mean to say,
Yes,
sir?
definitely.
So you have to keep working on it. So it's not a one-stop solution. GT दिया, analyze किया, मैं कमजोर हूँ, हो गया. It won't work like that. You have to keep analyzing, customize yourself to it, and start improving.
Yes.
Is that the one?
Definitely. And plus one more advantage of GT is that many students say that कि एक particular subject हम पढ़ते हैं, जब उस सब्जेक्ट वाइज टेस्ट देते हैं अच्छे नंबर आ जाते हैं, बट आफ्टर फ्यू डेज मे बी 15 days 20 days सब कुछ गोल हो जाता है. So this GT will make sure that you study all 19 subjects every 10 days, every 7 days. जब भी आप GT देते हो, you will look at 200 questions and हर सब्जेक्ट के questions होंगे. So no subject will be there which you have not studied for 3 months. So every time you will be revising all 19 subjects, so you will never feel that कि ये subject तो कभी पढ़ा ही नहीं.
So it's like a micro revision. That आप 19 सब्जेक्ट से करीब रहेंगे, किसी से भी बहुत ज़्यादा दूर नहीं हो पाएंगे. So this is what we wanted to discuss in this video. So GT देना है, answer है yes. Frequency is 1 per week or 2 to 3 per month. That's the minimum. That particular day, prepare for the previous analysis. Make your analysis, note it down, make a separate copy. It is 1/3 of your preparation that is important. Be honest that if you got a question correct, are you understanding the concept? Is it the one that the examiner has thought of? If you got it wrong or you guessed, try to analyze and work on that subject, topic, or subtopic. It's actually preparing you for the final grill, 19 subjects, and try to time it the same time when the actual exam comes up.
Yes, do not get demotivated. Keep giving the exam. Doesn't matter how much score you score in the GT, because more the GTs you give, lesser mistake you will make in the actual exam.
Right. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.